Hey everyone, I'm Patrick Shaka, Editor-in-Chief of Yachting Magazine. I am here today with Sally Gillespie, Vice President of Marketing for Ocean Alexander, and we're here to bring you something very special. Not just a new yacht, but a completely new line, the Ocean Alexander 35 Puro. What was the design brief for this yacht?
So when we first engaged in this project, the idea was to really create a yacht that would be, as its namesake, Puro, the pure yachting essence. How should a yacht look? How should she feel if she could live anywhere in the world? And we knew that in order to broaden our client base, to expand our offerings, we really needed to look at what is suitable anywhere in the world. And so that was really the design idea when we first engaged Giorgio Cassetta, amazing yacht designer out of Italy. And in partnership, the naval architecture is done with Andrea Augusta, naval head. And so we really wanted to achieve a sense of Italian styling sensibility, blending it with artistic and functional execution.
But the other part of it is that this also is a yacht that has to function. So you're talking about how this is a RINA certified.
Yes, exactly. Yep, she is, because of the global aspect of it, she is a RINA certified vessel. Once again, here in American markets, especially with some of the benefits of purchasing a yacht in Florida, there's not really a necessity to go through all of the various foreign flags. You just purchase your yacht, you pay your taxes, you get a document with the US Coast Guard, use it for pleasure. A lot of those certifications aren't really required, and they can be expensive to maintain for an owner if they're not utilizing it properly. But because of the idea of a global yacht and suitable for anywhere in the world, we did do that for the Puro, for this 35-meter Puro, as well as the series.
So what would you say if somebody's stepping on board, what are the must-see features of this yacht?
The must-see features. Well, so first I feel when you step on board the yacht, you will, it's hard to put it in words. I mean, you walk in and it's kind of like this, it's almost Zen-like, you get like this feeling of like relaxation and comfort, which it was definitely something that Giorgio had in mind when he was designing this. He wanted to make you feel at home. If you start looking at the detailing that's in every facet of this yacht, you really begin to understand the scope of how extensive the design work is, but then also the amazing ability of the factory to execute his vision for the yacht. Obviously the salon, with the formal dining, it's when you have this view, it's fantastic to look through. I personally am a huge fan of galleys. So I am super impressed with how the galley turned out on the Puro, the configurations in it. It's got a full sub-zero fridge, full sub-zero freezer, wine cooler, cooktops, I mean, everything, plus additional storage. The master, the owner cabin on the main deck is also a really nice feature. And the Sky Lounge is, when you get up there, you'll see it has the same inviting feel, but it feels so elegant at the same time.
Yeah, so you're talking about the galley, so that's right here behind us. So that can be closed off. We have the door so you can provision. So in case your guests are entertaining here, the crew can come in and provision quietly, discreetly.
Exactly.
That's really nice. I also noticed that when you're talking about the on-deck master, the walk-in closet, the ensuite, which is incredibly large.
Yeah.
So you really have to come in and take a look at that. The other thing I noticed is the combination of materials, the colors, the leathers, the fabrics.
Yes, and so that's another facet of the attention to detail. So in a lot of the liners where you would normally assume it's Magellite, it's actually leather. There is a lot of material used in this. The wood that you see is actually a mahogany that the treatment and the stain that they've applied to it makes it almost look like it's teak, but it's actually mahogany. And then contrasting that with the darker tones and such, it's such a beautiful blend that they've achieved. And you'll notice, there's stainless steel details, trim around, certain things, but then it's carried through in this light cabinetry and stuff. So it just, once you get on and you start absorbing all of the tiny little details, you realize how much work went into it.
How was it to retain the DNA of what is an OA and yet also create something completely new?
Yeah, and you're exactly right. So someone that knows our product very well can definitely walk on board and say, wow, this is a departure. What's going on here? What's OA trying to do? And what we're trying to do is broaden our audience. You know, we have a very dedicated client base that has grown up with us and purchased multiple yachts and just larger and larger. You know, but we want to reach out to those clients that kind of just look at OA and say, oh no, that's an American boat. That's not for me, and provide them with something different.
All right, we had touched on the owner's space. What about the guest spaces?
So yes, she has the owner's cabin on the main deck, and then she has 4 additional cabins on the lower deck. So she sleeps a total of 10. And you have 2 mirrored VIPs with king size mattresses. And the 2 other staterooms have the twin berths that can push together to create a queen.
So we can see the interior spaces. Could you tell us a little bit about the exterior space?
Yeah, she's got some amazing exterior spaces. So on the bridge deck, you've got a beautiful sky lounge, but then you also have a very spacious aft bridge deck. That is where you have your barbecue grill, your seating for alfresco dining, and loose furniture. And she is a true tri-deck, so there's an additional deck above her, the sky deck, where there's a full bar up there with more lounge space. There's not a jacuzzi up there, because what we've done on the Puro is we've put it in the bow, which is a first for us as well. And it's a fantastic configuration that they did, where the tub is in the bow, but it's got a sun pad, or it's got a cover over it that turns it into a sun pad, and it's on rails. You unlock that and you can push it into the massive settee that is there. And so you create a very large spacious sunbed while the jacuzzi is open. You can also actually lock that pad in the middle and kind of get all like the best of the both worlds. You have the jacuzzi with a smaller sun pad and still maintain the settee.
And we still have a beach club.
Yes, and you saw the beach club. And what's unique about the beach club for this Puro is that typically on our beach clubs, it's the same deck level. This beach club is sunken. So when you're in the beach club, there's an additional privacy. You know, you're not at the same level with someone just walking by the docks. You're a little bit lower. And there is also, it's very spacious down there. I mean, it's amazing, all the room that they carved out for that beach club, because were this built for Europe, that could be a garage. So you have that option there.
What does an owner have in terms of options for their Puro?
So what we're looking at on this boat for the debut, the interior styling is what we refer to as nautique. So that is going to be the warmer tones with the feeling of teak. And then we have another decor called Sereno, where it is not the same. I'm not sure if it's still mahogany that is used, but it's more of a gray tone and lighter tone. And we have renderings available on the website for that, but it's going to give you a very different feel. So similar idea in our R and L series, where we have a Novus Dusk and a Novus Mist for the light and dark casework. We have the same for the Puro series. We have Nautique and Sereno, but beyond the casework, all of the woods that you see on the walls, that tone changes. So it really changes the vibe of the boat. And then in addition to that, you know, anytime we're really willing to accommodate an owner's request. You know, we are what we call semi-production. You know, there are some things that are fixed, you know, certain bulwarks for construction purposes and stability that cannot be changed. But outside of that, there's a lot that we would be willing to accommodate for an owner.
People own these boats and they travel. And to that end, what's the power in this boat?
So she has the twin MAN V12 2000s. And yeah, I mean, she's got over 5,000 gallons for fuel capacity. So when you're going whole speed, you get almost 2,100 nautical miles out of her.
So Sally, thank you very much for taking us through the 35 Puro. If somebody wanted more information on the Puro or to take a closer look, where would they go?
Our website is the best source of information with oceanalexander.com. And obviously you would reach out to our exclusive dealers. That would be Marine Max here for the Eastern Seaboard and Alexander Marine USA for the West Coast.
Sally, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming along on the Ocean Alexander 35 Puro. I'm Patrick Shaka signing off for now, but stay tuned for more, because more is coming.